Hello friends, I hope you've had / are having a wonderful Thursday / Friday. I'm afraid this video is going to be a little short because I only have responses for Hannah and I don't really have much else I want to talk about. Anyway, Hannah, I definitely think you should check out the Moth podcast. I've heard a lot of really fascinating stories on there. And as it so happens, Tara is in town and her, myself, my mom, and my grandma are going to one of the Moth story slams, they call them, in Denver tomorrow. So that should be interesting. I will try to report back on that next week. And once again, speaking of podcasts, I'm sorry you haven't been able to listen to very much. I've been lucky enough that I have been able to listen to them while I've been working, so I have heard a bunch lately. Although they pretty much all have been the Bugle. I'm listening to like 10 episodes a day. I might have a problem. And as for my Snap story punishment thing, I promise I haven't forgotten about it. I've decided what I want like 4 of the 10 pictures to be so far, but I don't really know what I want to do with the story after that. And I'm aware that that must sound ridiculous to someone who's written, 25,000 words already on a story? But it is what it is. Also, I'm glad you checked out that axe and ore place because I've been wondering what that was like. Now, as far as buying a painting from there, I do actually happen to just have $18,000 lying around, but I feel like I might want to spend that on something I can get a little more use out of, like a car maybe. Plus, if I did buy a car instead of a painting, I feel like I could just still hang that up on my wall and it would make a much bigger impression on all the guests that I do not have. Okay, so what else is going on in my life? Oh, I know Katie's seen it, but I don't know about you, Hannah. I just finished the new Netflix original series from Aziz Ansari called Master of None. And I may be suffering from a little bit of recency bias, but I feel like that is the best new TV show I have seen in quite a while. Like, at least since Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So you should give that a shot if you happen to be looking for any new shows. I've been thinking more about whether or not I ever want to have kids. I think I'm swinging back towards the no I do not side. Not that that's a big concern for me right now, obviously. In fact, me thinking about whether or not I want to have kids is about as productive as an elephant thinking about whether or not he wants to go into space. And by that I mean that either way there's certainly nothing I can do about it right now, and I'll probably be dead before that's a real possibility anyway. Oh, also, I think I've finally settled on when I want to start my Europe trip. I had to push it back a little bit again because Isaac and I would like to reenact our Vegas trip from last year, which would be the first weekend in March, so I'm thinking to go right after that. And that means I should probably start, buying plane tickets and making reservations for stuff. Which is definitely exciting, but in a way it's also absolutely terrifying. Because once I start spending money on this trip, I'm pretty much committed to it actually happening. But I guess it's about time I just embrace the point of no return.